Welcome to the Lead Pedal Podcast with your host, Bruce Outridge, where he talks all things trucking. Now let's get rolling.
Hey, how's everybody doing today? Welcome to an edition of the Lead Pedal Podcast. I'm your host, Bruce Outridge. Today we're going to be talking about Santa parades. Have you ever driven in one? Do you like them? Are they still doing them? These are the kind of questions that we're asking today on the podcast. Hey, before we get to that, though, let me tell you a little bit about Bison Transport. They're looking for owner-operators out of their Canadian operations for sure. So if you are looking for a place where you can get steady miles, you can make sure you get paid on time, you got 24/7 support, you got discounts on maintenance, fuel, tires, and more, then this is the place for you. Go check out bisondriving.com. They're looking for owner-operator teams and singles as we speak, and you go to bisondriving.com. You got a fleet of support there. They provide all kinds of support for drivers, and you know you're going to be working for a company that's going to take care of you. So check them out at bisondriving.com. All right, let's get into this holiday system. So if you're a truck driver, if you've been around, Christmas parades and trucking have been around for a long time. I used to do a ton of parades. I think we were the parade capital. Especially if you work for a small fleet with fancy trucks, get expected to be asked a lot about the company participating in different. So when I started back in '89, I think is when I started getting into the Christmas parade. I worked for a fleet that had pretty nice trucks. If you're one of those people that polished your trucks, then you are one of those people that probably got asked to be at the Christmas parade. And I did a number of parades, Christmas parades. I also did did the Cactus Festival, did almost any parades. When I went on to another private carrier after that, we too, because we were local to the Burlington area, we got asked to do a lot of the Christmas parades. And then something happened. So what I liked about the parades was very cool. You get to take your family. It's you get to honk the horn. The kids all enjoy the trucks. There was lots of fun to it. It was great branding for your company. I mean, you've got people sitting at the side of the road just looking at you. So lots of great stuff. Always enjoyed being part of that. It was usually donated time, so nobody got paid for that necessarily, but it was certainly great brand for the company, and they really appreciate it. And if you're the kind of person that takes care of your trucks and was willing to do that kind of stuff, usually it meant you were getting better and better equipment. So I always enjoyed doing those parades, took my family along a lot of the time. But then there's the downsides. The downsides are, well, first of all, you're losing another day. So if you're off the road for a weekend, you're losing a day again. But, it's for a good cause. Some of the streets that they outline, they don't plan for long tractor trailers. You have people on them. I know one of my friends, he didn't do a Christmas parade, but he did another parade. It was Caravana down in Toronto. And back in those days, people used to run along the sides of the trailer, and he almost ran over somebody. So, the danger of something going wrong, kid falling off a trailer, something like that, can certainly happen. I haven't seen it happen, but it can certainly happen, and I've heard stories of it happening. And then you get into the whole idea of insurance, and this is where a lot of companies started kind of working their way down and going, you know what, we're not participating anymore. It's too much on insurance. It's they're charging, it used to be very easy. You just donated a truck and you went in it. Then it became very much about insurance, and do you have the right insurance, and do you have enough insurance, and all that kind of stuff, and who's going to be on the trailer, and what do they do? I used to take the what were they called? The cloggers or something. Like they were a dance group that would dance in the back of her flatbed as I'm going down the road. That was interesting for sure. But anyway, it was fun. So a lot of that stuff is what stopped it. So when we come back, I want your thoughts on, do they still do Christmas parades? And you know what? I can tell you of a place where they can certainly help you. I don't know if they do Christmas parades. They used to do a lot of parades, but they still are very active, and they're a great, stable company. That's Rosedale Transport. If you're looking for a place to get started for 2026 with a stable company that's been around for over 50 years, Rosedale Transport should be on your list. All you have to do is go to rosedaleGroup.com, click on the Careers tab, and you can find out what's available at the time. They've got local, regional, highway, and owner-operator. So check them out. All right, when we come back, we'll talk about, is it still going on?
By far my favorite station.
You're the best. Oh, yeah.
I love you guys.
All right, so we've been talking about Christmas parades, and have you ever been part of one? Do you enjoy them? Do you decorate your truck doing them? What are the bad parts? We talked a little bit about that. I see some guys get really into town. I always just kind of polished it up, and throw on a little tinsel here and there, but some guys get right to town with the lights and all that kind of stuff, and it's a lot of fun to do that. Are they still doing that? I think they are in a lot of small towns. I don't see as many and I think a lot of it depends on the community that you're in and how vested you are. Are you willing to pick up the insurance to do that? Because a lot of them, it's pretty big insurance. So that may be one of the things that you have to think about. But do you still enjoy doing them, or is it just gotten to be too much to where you can't go on? I think a lot of people are still doing them. I think, but the way that trucks are nowadays and the way that hours of service are, and especially if you're a company, I think it's more owner-operators that seem to be getting into that game. I used to do it as company drivers, but I think owner-operators are now being the big things there. So as we go into Christmas, I thought, hey, there's a light subject. Did you do Christmas parade this year? Are you planning on doing more? Does your company have a lot of people? Some companies will put like 10 trucks in. We always put about 3 or 4 in the companies I was with. It'll take the best of the best and put them in. And if you're a driver looking to improve, those are great ways to not only improve your brand as a driver, but improve as, somebody that's doing good work for the company and good work for the community. So maybe that's a thing. Have you thought of it from a career standpoint? Is this something that could actually improve your career? I don't think people think about it that way. They think, okay, we'll just go in, and once your kids get older, then you probably don't go into Christmas as much as you should. But maybe it's something you should be looking at. Maybe it's something you need to really think about. So anyway, just thought I'd put that out there. Let me know in the comments, however you're listening to us, whether you still go into Christmas parades, whether you enjoy them, what you liked and didn't like about them. And feel free to show us a picture of your truck. Would love to see what you guys are doing. All right, so that brings us to the end of another show. I want you to have a great Christmas week, whatever you do. And we will stay with us for 2026. We've got lots of stuff coming up, and we know you're going to really enjoy being part of that. Hey, you know what? As much as this is a Christmas message, I got to take it out. RS2000, yeah, that's taxes. I hate to say, but they're coming right after Christmas. So if you're looking to get started for 2026 and get on solid ground, RS2000 Tax Services is where you should go. Check them out at rs2000tax.com and tell them we sent you. They can get you going. We use them ourselves. They specialize in trucking and farming, so they understand what you're doing. All right, my friends, we'll talk to you later. Be good out there. Happy Christmas, Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, whatever you say, whatever you do. I hope it's a good one. Bye for now.
This has been another episode of the Lead Pedal Podcast. For more information or to subscribe to the podcast, visit theleadpedalpodcast.com and be sure to follow the podcast on Facebook and Twitter.